Welcome back, everyone. Some courtroom cases begin with loud agreement, while others start with quiet confidence, but every now and then a dispute enters the courtroom carrying an individual atmosphere before everyone finishes speaking. It becomes clear that something doesn't quite end up. Today's case brings together Tyler Porter and Rob Jocelyn, two individuals who have completely different versions of the same incident. Both are confident they rejoice justice. Both believe the evidence supports their side, but as the hearing begins, one question immediately stands out. Who is actually telling the truth? Online emotional debates outside the courtroom. Every statement here can be challenged. Every timeline can be questioned. Every claim must be supported with evidence. As both parties take their places, the tension is impossible to ignore. Neither person seems interested in compromise. Instead, they are focused on proving the other person's wrong. The judge begins by asking the simple question: what exactly happened? It sounds like an easy question, but the answer quickly becomes complicated. Tyler explains his version of event with confidence. According to him, everything started with a simple agreement till later fell apart. He stayed honestly from beginning to end and believed the other side refused to accept responsibility. In his view, Tyler has left out several important factors. He accused that the situation has been exaggerated and that the real story is far more complicated than it first appears. Already, the courtroom is hearing two stories that cannot both be completed. Two instead of reacting emotionally, the judge relies careful. Judge Judy, experienced Judge Judy, understand that the booth rarely appears in dramatic speeches. For more often, it hides inside small details that people forget to control. That a receipt, a text message, a single setting spoken and the wrong time. These tiny pieces often decide in entire case. The judge asks both parties to slow down. One person is speaking at the time. No interruption, no shouting, only factors. As the question continues, something interesting begin to happen. Tyler answers bilkul clearly. Meanwhile, Rob pauses before spending carefully choosing his words. Neither approach proves ancestry on or disancestry, but both become important as the hearing moves forward. The courtroom grows quieter. Everyone realizes this dispute may not be as simple as it first seemed. The judge Judy leans forward and begins asking more detailed questions. Instead of focusing on accusations, the discussion turns toward the timeline. When did this agreement actually begin? Tyler accused the spedist that without hesitation, according to him, everything seems normal at first. The arrangement appeared fair, and there was no reason to expect problem. But after several days, con- communication communication suddenly dense. Rob immediately disagrees. He claims the timeline present by Tyler is incomplete. According to him, several important conversations happened before that conventions that completely changed the meaning of the dispute. The judge listens quietly without interrupting. Then comes another question. Do either of you have written proof? For a brief moment, the courtroom falls silent. Tyler reaches into the folder and produces several printed text message. He believes that clearly support his version of event. Rub teach the passage before shaking his head. Those messages told tell the whole story, he says. He explains Danny that many earlier conventions were never included in his opinions, showing only part of the communication creates a misleading picture. The judge Judy carefully reviews every page. One message immediately changes attention. It appears simple, but the wording is unusually with. The judge asks both parties the same question. What exactly did you mean when this message was sent? Tyler offers one explanation, Rob offers another. Once again, the same evidence produces two completely different interpretations. This is exactly why courtroom cases can become so difficult. What often seem clear when they are written. What without contents, their meaning can change early. The judge reminds everyone that options cannot replace evidence. Every claim must be supported by something that can be verified. As questioning continues, another issue begin to emerge. The amount of money in world. Tyler Ishiktext he suffered the financial loss because promises were not kept. Rob argued that no actual damages were ever proven. Both sides cutting defeating care position with confidence. However, confidence alone is never enough inside the courtroom. Enough inside of courtroom. The judge Judy, the judge began comparing every statement with the document already submitted. Small inconsistencies slowly begin to appear. Nothing dramatic, just tiny differences. A missing date, an expected delay, a convention that neither side measured earlier. Sometimes these details seem unfounded, but experienced judges know that major decisions no had major decision are often built upon very small facts. The atmosphere inside the courtroom becomes noticeably more serious. Both Tyler and Rob realize that every answer now carries greater importance than before. The judge closes one folder and looks tirelessly at both parties. I hope both of you understand something. The truth doesn't become stranger simply because someone repeats it. It becomes stronger only when the evidence supports it. At that moment, neither side appears completely compatible. The hearing is far over, and the most important question have not even been asked yet. As the hearing continues, the atmosphere inside the courtroom becomes even more evident. The judge Judy has become carefully to both sides, but something still doesn't fit together. Several under shout reasonable on their own, yet when compared with the timeline, they begin to greater confusion. Rather than meeting options, the judge decided to examine in the fact on step at a time. A new question is directed toward Tyler. Can you explain exactly what happened after our first meeting?